caught between the German army in the west and the Russian army in the east.
We are very surprised that Russia has attacked us. It is difficult for us to believe that the Red Army has invaded Polish soil.
While the attention of the Poles is momentarily diverted to its eastern borders, the Germans managed to completely encircle Warsaw. There is some resistance by Polish rearguard troops and civilians. Bridges are blown up and roads demolished. The only aggressive action the Poles are able to mount are several penetrations by the Podlaska Cavalry Brigade in East Prussia. The action is reminiscent of warfare in the Middle Ages. Horses and lances, but pitted against tanks and machine guns.
Fighting about 2 or 3 hours, and now we must retreat. It isn't easy to break out as we are surrounded by Germans. We will fight every inch of the way.
We have to admit now, the Polish soldiers fight bravely. If you call out, stop your fire, surrender yourself, he only fires again until you get him. The Poles we capture seem tired about more fighting. This is especially true as we approach the front near Warsaw.
The Poles who are not corpses are becoming prisoners or refugees. Where can they go? What will happen to them? The Germans have dropped leaflets on the city urging surrender. Poles, come to us. We will not hurt you. We will give you bread. Who would believe these lies? Who would be such a fool to surrender? We will continue to resist.
Warsaw is placed under heavy siege. Day and night the battering continues. A beautiful city is being blasted to bits. civilian population organized themselves under the command of their mayor, Stefan Starzinski. By the 26th of September, the city is in ruins and the population is near starvation. The Polish garrison asked the Germans for a ceasefire and a surrender parley. The Poles refused the German terms. At 2 o'clock on the afternoon of September the 27th, the battered defenders of Warsaw capitulate. A garrison of 140,000 officers and men march out of the city to lay down their arms. With Warsaw fallen, Modlin is one of the last pockets of resistance.
The news reached us that Warsaw has surrendered. There are approximately 3,000 troops in Modlin. We realize that our hours are numbered here.
Modlin surrenders on the 29th, and all organized resistance in the country ceases. Poland has been conquered in less than a month. It is one of the swiftest campaigns in military history. After Poland, Sergeant Kaler will take part in the invasion of France. He will also fight at Stalingrad. He spends the last years of the war in Italy, where he surrenders to the Americans in 1945. After the fall of Modlin, Corporal Felix Greenspan becomes a prisoner of war. Later, he will be shipped to Auschwitz concentration camp, and he will remain there until liberated by the Allied armies. For the Germans, the price of triumph in Poland is light. A few thousand killed, a few thousand wounded. For the Poles, the cost is staggering. The agony of Poland begins.